Well, this weather's a little bit more like it, a lot more pleasant. Short sleeves tonight, which is always good. In the last video I recorded, I got absolutely soaked. Anyway, I'm going to try and make these videos a little bit shorter, a little bit more snappy. I think you're probably more likely to watch them if they're a bit shorter. So, something that I've been having to think about, and I've discussed with a few sort of people, is we tend to see a lot of smaller dogs that are reactive to other dogs, people, traffic, etc., etc., more so than larger breed dogs. And it's completely preventable, but I just wanted to share with you my theories and my thoughts and opinions as to why that is. So firstly, the first factor that I believe is one of the factors that causes this is smaller dogs are probably going to be the choice of a novice owner. Now, I'm absolutely not knocking anybody who's not had a dog before, who is new to the world of dog keeping. Dog keeping sounds like fish. Dog ownership. But as a novice owner, you're probably more likely to make mistakes that somebody who's had dogs for many years isn't going to, and that just comes from experience. It's nobody's fault, and perhaps might not be in as good a place to deal with scenarios as they might occur. So the main sort of scenario that I'm sort of alluding to there is perhaps a novice owner is out with their puppy. It could be a small, it's obviously going to be a small breed, maybe let's say Jack Russell or a Shih Tzu or similar, and the dog is on the lead and is being approached by a bigger adult dog. Now, generally, adult dogs are very tolerant of puppies, like we are with children. We give them a little bit more leeway. Generally speaking, it's quite rare for an adult dog to attack a puppy. It does happen. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, because it does, but it is more on the rarer side of things. Now, one of my theories is that people are less likely to allow their small breed puppy to be approached or approach bigger, older dogs. And whether that's because they're a beginner in the world of dog ownership, or even if they're not, I think people get into the mindset of that dog's going to hurt their puppy, which, if it is a rounded, balanced dog that it's encountering, it's not going to happen. So we need to stop being fearful of that scenario arising. Socialisation, meeting and greeting other dogs is absolutely critical for a puppy. And this gives them the skills, because they learn from other dogs that they encounter, other dogs they live with. They learn from their siblings, they learn from their parents in the early stages of their life, and that enables them to learn how to behave, what's polite, what's not polite. By depriving them of that, as they get older, they reach adulthood, they get into scenarios where they don't know what to do. They see another dog approaching, it makes them frightened. Reactivity is a fear reaction. It's very rare to meet a dog that is just by its very nature outright aggressive. It can be because something has happened in the dog's life, i.e. it has been attacked, which is something with a dog that I'm currently working with, an absolutely beautiful Staffordshire Bull Terrier, the sweetest girl, but she has become reactive after she was attacked by a smaller dog that escaped from a back garden, and we're working with her to correct her fears, show her that we are not going to put her into a situation where something bad's going to happen to her. We're in charge, we'll protect her, we don't need protecting, she doesn't have to be reactive. And that stems back to that all-important leadership, which, if you get that in place, this won't happen in the first place, coupled with really good socialisation with the right dogs. I wouldn't recommend that you try and socialise your puppy with every dog you come across, because some of those dogs could force your puppy or your dog into a situation that's going to have a negative impact on it. So you need to be looking at the other dogs as you approach. If it looks calm, balanced, well behaved, and of course if the owner says that it's okay, let your puppy meet the dog. It will pay you dividends in the future. Finally, please don't pick your puppy up when you see other dogs. Please don't do it. You are causing more harm than you are good. It needs to interact with its own species, with other dogs, and will cause you massive problems in the future if you do that. They're dogs, they need to socialise. It doesn't matter if your puppy is a Chihuahua and the dog that is being approached or you're approaching is an adult Great Dane. They will be fine. If they are both balanced, calm dogs, they will be fine. Don't stress. Let your small dogs socialise. Let them meet other dogs. You won't have any issues.